Welcome to the Presidential Claim Record. This channel is a daily, nonpartisan, evidence-based review of public claims made by President Donald Trump. Each claim reviewed here comes directly from President Trump's own words, including his posts on Truth Social, official remarks, transcripts, interviews, and other public statements made by him. Not from intermediaries, not from representatives, not from media personalities, and not from secondhand interpretations of what he may have meant. The claims come from President Trump himself. They are then measured against available evidence and categorized as false, unsupported, misleading, or supported. Because the goal is not spin, outrage, or interpretation. It is to document what President Trump said, measure those claims against available evidence, and keep a clear daily record. Because the record matters, and the facts matter more. With that framework now in place, here is the record for April 1st, 2026. As of April 1st, 2026, with 1,025 days remaining in President Donald Trump's term, this record begins. We begin, as this series will each day, with the false claims. For April 1st, the false count is 1. The first false claim comes from President Trump's April 1st address to the nation. In that address, President Trump said there was no inflation. That is false. The latest official inflation data available at the time showed otherwise. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, consumer prices were up 2.4% over the previous 12 months in February 2026. And according to the Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index, prices were up 2.8% over the previous 12 months in January 2026. That adds 1 to the false column. Now to unsupported. For April 1st, the unsupported count is 1. In the same address, President Trump claimed that 45,000 protesters had been killed in Iran. For this series, that claim goes into the unsupported column. As of this review, that figure could not be reliably verified from primary documentation available at the time. The number may reflect a broader estimate, but without direct supporting evidence available for verification, it does not clear the bar for supported, and it does not yet clear the bar for false. That adds 1 to unsupported. Now to misleading. For April 1st, the misleading count is 2. First, President Trump said regime change had occurred in Iran. That is misleading. Available review did not show clear evidence that Iran's governing system or institutional structure had fundamentally changed in the way that phrase ordinarily suggests. That adds 1 to the misleading column. Second, President Trump repeated the claim that President Obama gave Iran $1.7 billion in cash. That is misleading. That payment was tied to a legal settlement involving Iranian funds and interest in a long-running claims dispute. Framing it simply as President Obama giving Iran $1.7 billion in cash leaves out critical context. That adds a second claim to the misleading column. Now to supported. For April 1st, the supported count is 0. Based on the claims reviewed from President Trump's own words for that day, none were supported by the available evidence used in this review. So the opening record for April 1st, 2026 is now set. False, 1. Unsupported, 1. Misleading, 2. Supported, 0. That is the first entry in the running total. Day 1 is now on the board. If you found this review helpful and you want to follow the record day by day, subscribe to the channel. New episodes will continue daily, tracking public claims made by President Trump and measuring them against available evidence. Because the record matters, but the facts matter more.